So, remember my last video about double bassing? I was mistaken. The song's actually twice as fast as I thought, which is a huge bummer for my butt. So what does that mean? It's actually 30-second notes at the 72 beat per minute mark, meaning I no longer can do one, 2, 3, 4 in each click. It's going to be 8 freaking hits, okay, per click. So my metronome doesn't have the option here, right? If I go to 72, which is the song, okay, go to 72. I can go up to 4 counts, or 4, like, the 1 and a 2 and a. I can't, see, there it is, but that's as much as I can add. I cannot put 8. So what I discovered is I'm just going to times 72 by 2. Leave that, because I want that, and then I'm going to go up to 144. So how fast does that mean that's part of the song is? And again, it's roughly a 50-second part, but it's still a long time if you're not used to doing it. But this is what it sounds like. That's how fast I need to do it. Have I been working since I last showed you guys this video? Yes, I've been working on my practice. To show you, we're going to just go ahead and do singles. And I'm going to do the alternating exercise I showed you, where you're going to, for 4 counts, right, 4 counts left, and then alternate 4 counts. Okay, so remember when you guys watched me do this last, it was 72 beats per minute with just this right here, quarter notes, and I was still struggling. So I'll just show you like how far I've come, I guess. So much better, right? So a couple things I did to help myself was, first of all, these are my main pedals right here. They're called Pearl Demon PD 3002. Honestly, they're the bomb. To me, they're like #1 pedals. A lot of the pros and my idol drummers use them, including the drummers, both drummers that Amon Amarth had use these. Oddly enough, Gene Hoglan doesn't use them. He does use Pearl, but he uses Redline, which is a chain driven. And you can't say chain driven is necessarily slower. These are called direct drive. There is no chain. For years, I was a chain drive player, and someone told me, you really want to humble yourself, get yourself direct drive. They weren't kidding. When I came onto these, I was like, holy shit, all my mistakes are being called out. Because the minute you touch them, you get your inaccuracy. So I really had to get used to it. But that being said, people think that these are faster than chain drive. I mean, they are, but not necessarily. Like, there are a ton of people that play chain drive and are quick, right? Like Gene Hoglan. Chris Adler, he does Trick Pro. I think he's now gonna switch brands. He's another drummer I really like. Mario Duplantier and Gojira is amazing. He's very groovy, but he plays with chain drive. Tama's, I think, because he's Tama sponsored, and he's a fast MF. We know that, but so I loosened too. So besides, getting expensive ass pedals, which I got a good deal on because I found them used and they're almost brand new, I did convert them to longboard, and that enables me to get more hits quicker, right, versus the regular sizes. And always know that you don't want to play up here. It's easier to hit, sure, but you see how it doesn't rebound? It doesn't give you the speed you're going to need if you're going to play fast. So you want to kind of come down, and look at how fast that is, right? That's kind of doing it for me. I'm barely really just getting it started, and then it just bounces back for me. And so same thing with that side. So it just does it for me. The other thing that helps, so my settings are that I have the height of the pedal board normal, like medium. I have my anger, so my angle, it should be 45. I think I'm a little bit past. The reason I did that was because I noticed that when I was playing, I wasn't getting a rebound. Like when I played, it was like this, right? You want to rebound back because that's how you get power and sound. So yeah, you can play fast like this, but can you hear that? No, right? So you can hear this though, can't you? So you just gotta get your legs trained, and then you need spring tension, okay? So my tension in my other videos were low. Look at this. If you're wondering exactly how much, you know the pearl drum key that comes with this? It fits right here. It fits exactly in there. Enough to put it in there, take it out. That's how I measure that. So that's why they're both even. That being said, not everyone's feet are the same. So even professionals will tell you not to be like super stickler about, oh, this has to match this side. Because that's not necessarily true. This is going to be your weaker side unless you're a left-footed person. Don't be ashamed about that, right? Do what you have to do. So that's my settings. What I typically play, and I was doing this before I did research into double bass. In those videos or the video I showed you that was really good. I was already playing heel up like that. And I was doing ankle technique. I didn't know what it was called. I just knew that I did it because it enabled me to play as fast as possible with less energy expenditure. When you first start out, you're going to learn full leg motion. So basically, you're not using your ankle. You're just picking it up, down. The entire leg is doing the work for you, okay? The problem with that is it's just like your hands. The bigger the muscle, it can only go so fast. It gives you more power, but when you get past 150 beats per minute, you can't really go that fast anymore. You just cannot. So you need your little muscles down here to do it, right? Kind of like with your finger, and you know, like. But you see, that's not the proper way to play either, because you see how it's not even. It's just kind of shaky. You don't want that. You want it to. And I noticed, like for me, I guess I don't know if it's like how I'm built, but for 144, I'm having to rely on my ankle technique. I don't know if it might be just stamina, but if I try to just full leg, I end up unconsciously going to ankle. So, no, not necessarily. My feet are still going up, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, actually. Now I'm curious. I never actually. So we'll go to this count right here. The 1E and a 2E and a just 4 count. It's not. Oh, well, it's the song. But let's see if I do actually use my whole leg. Yeah, I'm still using my whole leg. Okay. Because your knees shouldn't be moving that much. If you're going to play really fast, so let's say I go to, I don't know, let's go past 150, right? Because that's what everybody says. It's past 150 when you can't do this anymore. So that's fast, right? Okay, there you go. So ankle technique kind of looks like that. Legs aren't moving as much. See, my foot slid up. No, not good. Do you see my beaters are swinging more than they did in the previous video? Anyways, if you, let's see, let's turn that off. But the beater swing is very important. I was recording myself and I was noticing I wasn't getting, and you almost kind of, someone described it as, you kind of want to almost hit your foot. I mean, you might actually want to hit your foot. The rebound should be that good. Okay. Well, I can't hit my foot on that side with that beater, can I? But, you know, these should be equal. Right? How much faster I have, how much more control. The other thing you can do to really get your controls is practice timing. So, you know, there's rudiments we can go over, right? Rudiments like paradiddle. Paradiddle is a paradiddle. Okay, a diddle is always 2 hits on one side. Diddle, right? So they have a paradiddle. They also have a paradiddle diddle. Okay, you can practice that for control. You can also do triplets, right? There was a song that I uploaded for November that I am not very happy about, because if you listen to the chorus, I'm very clearly missing kicks. And if you know that song, you know that's true. So the song, I play it like this. And there's a pause. That's not how it should be played. It should be 1, 2, 3, 2 hits in the middle. So now I can do it. Don't I wish I could go back and play the song, huh? Well, I can't. I actually have my MP3 player, so I can show you what I'm talking about, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I watched your video and you're right. You do not play that part correctly. While this is loading up, this is my handy dandy MP3 player that has apps on it. So I have Moises on here. Moises is cool because you can take out vocals, you can take out drums, you can put a click track. I do all of the above to help me, right? I sometimes just make everything go away except for the drums, because I want to hear my drums only. And this goes into my drum module, easy peasy. But I love it too, because, I mean, what sucks is you have to download your songs on here, and it's not automatically tied to your phone. But the reason I do like it is, you can pick sections that you struggle with. So, like, for me, you know, like, I was struggling, a lot of songs give me problems with the beginning. So, let's find that song that I was just telling you guys about. It's, is it still in here? Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh, I didn't... Okay, well, I'll just show you this song. This is my December cover. Spoiler alert. Okay. Do you hear it? Right? What do you not hear in there? The drums, correct? Because, well, this helps me with counts. So I have to see the boxes moving. All right. But you can also turn the click off, on, whatever. So I actually have the metronome slower than it needs to be. So it's at 67. Let me reset it to 72. There you go. You can turn this off. You don't need the click, right? Now I'm resetting it to this part because I'm trying to practice. Now if you were like, I don't exactly know when I'm supposed to play, you can turn everything off except for the drums. Okay? So everything off. So let's turn just drums on. Right here. Go to the beginning. The other thing I've been doing is practicing. So besides sitting here and doing this, there is a ride symbol going continuously besides what you need to do on your right hand. So you're going to practice your, like your sticking over here. Because sticking shouldn't be like this. It should be like a bounce, right? And when I'm going to go over all the different techniques, right? You can just bounce it. You can finger technique it really fast. But you want to be able to, I need to be able to do these two actions right here for that part of the song without thinking. Because you can hear all the other things he's doing. Well, those actually require some thought. But yeah, that's Moises. The other crazy thing is, yeah, so that part of the song, if you can go back, it's the chorus where he's like, he starts talking, he starts singing, and it is supposed to be the tempo, right? It's just, when I played, I just did. See, it's very different. I also rehearsed for a band. They did want me. If I wasn't going to be so busy next year with school, I would join them. But their song also had a very similar chorus. And again, the complaint I got was, I need to pick up the tempo. And his is kind of like something like that. But all I was doing was staccato, right? The other thing is, everybody, long time ago, someone was like, play Bleed by Meshuggah. And I listened to it and I thought, you know, I'm very good at playing by ear. And I was like, oh, I can do that. And then I realized they're called herdas. Herdas are 3 notes followed by a last note. So it's, right? This guy, though, is doing it insanely fast, okay? So, and that's easy to do on your hands. Well, not really, because just listen to Hot for Teacher by Van Halen, right? That's like the iconic drum solo that if you can learn it, I mean, holy cow. My friend Austin is an amazing drummer. He can do it at 150 beats per minute. The song's supposed to be at 208, but he can do it at 150 and it sounds damn fine. There's no way in hell I would even tackle something like that because it's so complicated. You need to hit with the right, left. I mean, you can't just willy-nilly because of the economy of the kit. But Herda, the guy is playing it like really fucking quick. It's just like, but faster than that. It's probably double that. So that's doubles. Maybe one day. I can dream, right? So next I'm going to show you, though, besides these techniques, what you can do on your floor, just things like this. So this is your whole, right, full leg exercise, or you can heel up. They don't necessarily need pedals. And then I'll show you, well, heel up is this, sorry, my bad, and the other one is heel down. So the first part of the workout, and again, you don't need pedals to do this necessarily, but we're going to work on our shins, and you're going to play what we call heel down, meaning your heel stays and your toes come up and you just kind of elicit hits that way, right? This is to build shin strength. You're going to need both your calves and your shin if you're going to do ankle method at fast speeds, okay? And this is funny because when you get that fast, when you're playing 200 beats per minute, you're not thinking about it. It's just kind of, your body goes to it automatically. But you just start slow, just like this. And if you don't do this all the time, it doesn't take very long for you to start burning and feeling. But if you can, you know, try to go fast. Always make sure, alternate your kicks. Try to make them, you know, concise so that you're not really accenting like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's loud, boom, and then quiet. You know, or they're just right after each other. I mean, unless you want to do a double, you know, like that. But you really want the timing. Okay. And you can, I'm going to turn my metronome on to help me. And when I show you your calf exercise, you can also use a metronome. But I'm going to go at 60 because that's where everybody, tempo-wise, that's where you should start if these are new techniques for you. Oh, sorry, wrong rhythm. Need singles. See, that's not bad. So. Oh, that was quiet, see? And then you can either go up on your tempo, or you can change your, you know, to eighth notes. So that's 2 counts per click. Keep in mind, I am only doing heel down, and I don't play heel down, so this is kind of awkward for me. And then I don't rarely play triplets. I'm not going to say they don't pop up, but they do sometimes. But here's what I often play, right? 16th notes. So my shins are actually pretty good. Shockingly, my calves might actually be weaker. I think it's because I'm better at doing this. Now, if you want to get 30-second notes, we were discussing on my last video about what that is. It's 2, so each of these little guys right here is an extra hit. That means you're having 8 hits per click. So you can do 2 things. You can go up to 120. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing you can do. Actually, I was like, is there another thing? I'm like, no, there isn't. So I'm going to go to 120 to give me the 30-second notes I need, right? Because that's 2 times 60. Obviously, I can't do it. Not bad, but almost there. Nah. But so there's that. So you got your, we're going to go over how to build up to ankle technique. Okay, so the next exercise I have here is to the other part of the ankle motion, which is going to be your calf. You need to work your calf, and that sounds easier than your shin, but to me, I don't know, for some reason it's harder because you're going to play heel up, which is weird because I usually play like that anyway. But so you're going to want to get your foot on the floor. And yes, I have makeshift hardwood floors because I don't have hardwood floors, but you want to leave your toe on the floor and pick your heel up only. That's all you're doing, okay? The entire time. But you're going to work on your speed doing that. So let me get situated here. And let's go. And remember to alternate. And start slow. And if you can go even faster, you can do it. Because eventually you're going to play fast. But so this is way you can also practice without pedals. Like some people that don't have a drum kit yet or are thinking about it, you can do stuff like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was getting a lot of feedback, and people were like, it's really cool that you do covers, but it would be kind of cool if you did some like teaching stuff too for people that are curious. I've had a lot of people say they want to come over and play, and they're just too busy, you know. And even one of them was like, I'm gonna buy a drum kit, and I was like, well, I can teach them from afar doing this stuff. But to close out, I'm gonna play that song that I was telling you about, my last cover. So you see how different that is than what I uploaded, right? And then we're going to do Meshuggah Bleed, because it's just hilarious to watch me try to keep up with this guy. This is also, I think they are considered mathematical, I can't even say the word, but math metal, okay? Or prog metal. Prog metal is notoriously known for being really difficult to play. It just is. I'm really not a fan of it. I don't really care for how it sounds, but do I respect people that play? Absolutely. So here's Bleed. You hear it? So do you hear it? And he's doing like some kind of crazy ass crash as his count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Actually, no, he's definitely bouncing in there. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching this video if you made it to the end.